know that. Like I can see where people are listening and stuff. And your episode was just like consistent, like at least like 1 or 2 listens a day. And I'm like, people are really vibing off her.
Why?
Welcome back to The Rhetorical Sake. If you heard that voice and you've been paying attention to the show, then you know exactly who that is. That is our fan favorite, my best friend, Kia. And she's back for our 2020 Keeping It Real series. You thought I forgot? Nah, we need an update. Apparently you guys really were digging her story, so I invited her back and she was more than happy to do it on her lunch break at work. But before we dive into that, I want to remind everybody that you can find me at erhunter.live. That's erhunter.live. My book, God Sent Dog, the story about how my dog brought me to sobriety and helped me realize my hideous ways. That's available on Amazon and Kindle, as well as my book, Chasing God Alcoholically, which is just a personal reflection on my experience pursuing spirituality in early recovery, just starting to be sober. So it's not about perfection, it's about progress. I'm not going to sit up here and act like some guru, but I did write some books from where I was at. And so if you're digging that and you're looking for a Christmas present or just a nice, well, they're not that nice. They're kind of graphic, to be honest, which makes a good read. I write books that I would like to read. I grew up reading Tweak by Nick Sheff, all types of crazy stuff, but I ended up relating to it. In any case, thank you so much for joining us. Hit me up on Twitter, sake_podcast, Instagram, The Rhetorical Sake, Facebook, earthmusic@outlook.com. Hey, drop that track. Here we go. Welcome to the show.
I felt like she started from the bottom and she climbed her way to the top. Like, and yeah, I just really, I identify with her more. I'll say that. But look at Stacey Abrams and look at Kamala Harris.
The killing artists in the streets, Alamo knows no chic. We gave them some resistance, and then they took the boys. These children born in paradise, but raised in holy hell. And now they're running for the ocean. Pretty boy rock to the 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 pretty boy rock. And find your way, find your way. I think you can find your way. Yes you will find your way. No, you've been wandering. You've been searching, but find your way. Been out here so long, and it's so cold, but find your way, find your way. Hey, hey. We about to get it. It's The Rhetorical Sake.
Welcome to Earth.
But I just want to let y'all know I got a ponytail now. So happy about that.
Everybody, I mean, nobody really has to say it because the truth is in the numbers, but I can see the numbers. People don't know that. Like I can see where people are listening and stuff. And your episode was just like consistent, like at least like 1 or 2 listens a day. And I'm like, people are really vibing off her.
Why? I'm just honest.
Yeah.
I guess they like that honesty.
I feel like I left them
you
hanging
been?
for a while. So
Yeah, it has.
it's been like
not
a year.
Yeah, actually, it has been a year, almost a year. Yeah,
That's
you're
crazy.
right.
That's crazy.
Is. What a year.
Yeah. Do you want to, how's 2020? What is your take on this? Like what the F is going on?
My God.
She
Yeah,
said,
what
"My
is?
God."
It's like the worst Twilight Zone episode ever. I mean, and it's just like the closer we get to 2021, I just feel like what else? This is not just the end of 2020. Like It's been so bad this year. You gotta know that it's gonna go out with like a bang. I don't know what it's gonna be. It's like the most suspense of my life. But honestly, it's just been a very hard year for everybody. I mean, collectively as a people,
Yeah.
no matter where you live, what happened to you, it's just been a bad year.
Are you like hearing like from other people just like how they've had to transition and move in and things falling apart, bills, money?
Yes, I mean, I'm just gonna offer my personal experience. I mean, well, thank God we did move into our house. We have our own apartment now, so we've been maintaining that. Thank God I've been able to keep a job the whole time. We haven't really lost hours or anything. I've had to be off to quarantine because we were exposed, but I haven't had it. None of my intermediate family, the people in my household, have had it.
How often do
Some
you
of
get
my
tested?
fiancés, I've been tested now 3 times. So, and all of them came back negative. So that's good, knock on wood. Like I said, 2020 is not over. But anyway, so that's been okay. I have my opinions about COVID. A lot of people don't agree with them, but it's
What do you
just
mean?
they don't, because I believe COVID is real. I believe it's a real virus. I believe that it has killed people. I believe that
You
it's a
just haven't
real
been
thing. I
directly
mean, I think
affected.
it's legit. I think it's legit enough for you to be concerned. Do I believe that it should have caused like the mass hysteria that it's causing? No. Do I believe like some of the stuff is exaggerated numbers and these policies that they're coming up with? Yes. Do I want everybody to wear a mask to be safe? Yes.
So you agree
And
that it is like it is real, like it's something that can either go
yes,
in your mouth or your nose and get you sick.
yes, I do think it can. I believe it's more so along the lines of flu.
Okay.
Now I'll say this. If they think I'm going to take this vaccine,
They got another
they
thing
got
coming.
another thing coming. Yeah, because that's just what I'm not going to do. For me, nah, it's something that's not adding up to me because AIDS, HIV, cancer,
Yeah.
the regular flu,
Mm-hmm.
none of those have vaccines yet, and we've had those for like 70 plus years.
Wow, that's a
And
great
y'all,
observation.
we give y'all all this money. People donate to these charities after charities and celebrities are funding, and you telling me it's been 8 months since this joint really took off, and y'all already gung ho 95%. For me, it's too big of a push. I feel like there's a alternative agenda for this vaccine. They're pressing it out. It's people, and you get it from all outlets. Like I'm riding in the car in the morning, they're pressuring people on the radio.
Right.
Oh, when the vaccine is available, they need African Americans to participate because we need those numbers. And man, mess me with that.
Right.
Y'all take it first, then let me see.
Yeah.
Because this is gonna be the zombie apocalypse, or y'all are gonna be microchipping us. Either way, I don't want no parts. Okay.
Yeah.
I watch my fair share of Walking Dead. I know what to do. So miss me with the vaccine. And I feel like the world is really gonna be torn. And I don't know about the world because I can't tell you what they're doing in other countries about the vaccine. But United States is going to be torn because, and this is what I'm telling people it's coming down to. It's going to come down to, if you want your kids to go to school, they're going to want them to be vaccinated.
Right.
For this virus, because the teachers don't want to teach because they're scared, and legit, I get this, the being scared. Yeah. I'm not saying that, but I'm not giving my child no vaccine. So virtual learning is going to be more of a homeschooling thing for a lot of parents, which is what they need to prep for, because I'm trying to tell you, if you want your kids to go to public school, they're going to tell you by next year, yeah, they're going to have to be vaccinated.
Yeah.
People's jobs are going to be on the line because they're going to tell you, if you want to work here, you want to come into work, you have to be vaccinated.
Right.
Some jobs can make it mandatory. Like in some states, which is already in some of these houses and everything that they're talking, these laws and policies have already passed it, that when the vaccine is available, they're going to make it mandatory for everybody in the state to get the vaccination. Like they've already passed some laws already, and people aren't aware. That's why I said y'all need to read and watch the news, because, well, not watch the news, but read, please, because it's a whole bunch of stuff that is happening, like, and people aren't aware, and they don't think that it's going to be that serious. But I know it is. I was looking for a job for my mom on Craigslist the other day. They had several in every category that I clicked on. They had offers, $1,220 if you come and be a test patient for the vaccination shots.
What?
Are you right? You think people that's not working going to jump on that? They are.
Yeah, of
and
course.
That's just a dumb. And I just, it's too much of a push for me. They're doing too much with it, and it's not. I don't feel like y'all came up with a vaccine that quickly. For me, that's just how I feel about it. So, but yes, COVID is real. I do believe it's real. I think it's and then it's just like, my thing is, and what I want to find out more about is, how is it being passed on? Because like I said, I was exposed to it, direct exposure from a person who had it on 3 different occasions. And I tested 3 times and I never had it.
Yeah. And I'll agree. I'm the same way. I was.
So I don't know what it is. And they say like, oh, well, these people, who get it most of the time, or not even most of the time, because some of them are healthy. You hear the stories all the time. Like they have underlying health conditions, like the people maybe that they pass it to. But I mean, I'm not in the best shape of my life. And like,
no, I get you. Like,
I just don't get how it's transferred. That's what I want to say.
Yeah. No, look, I had a heart condition. I literally had a heart attack at the beginning of this year as it was coming in.
Oh my God.
And I mean, so the person that exposed me to it, they felt really bad. They were scared. Like they were like, nah, like I need to make sure you're okay. And so then I've been tested twice, like the PCR, the 2 and 3 day one. And then I got the rapid, and my buddy sent me some info about how the PCR, the 2 to 3 day one, is not very reliable. But the rapid, those are, but yeah, they were saying false positives on those and things like that. He sent me a lot of good data, but it's great to hear like your alternative perspective, because we are getting saturated with and inundated with this narrative.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
If we don't comply,
and it's
we're
all
wrong.
Just like, that's what I'm saying. And I don't want to, I just think like, for me, do I want to wear a mask all day? No, nobody wants to. I get it. But if it's going to help protect other people, then I'm for that. Yeah. And I don't think people should make such a big deal about it. Like, okay, you're going to Walmart for 45 minutes. It's not going to kill you. You act like it's the end of the world. And I think all of those you see the videos, people overreacting, maybe all the Karens in the store. I don't like, ma'am, chill. You're coming in here to get your meats and get out. Like, it's not that serious. Yeah. I just think people overreact. Like, I don't like wearing them either, but that's what it is right now. This is just a new reality. I mean, what can you do?
It is. So, yeah. Well, I wanted to ask you, the last time we spoke, you were really going through it. So, and that's the thing too, like people that were already going through it before this year, and then this happens, like it's it's like catastrophic. But you were in a shelter, you got 2 boys. How did you transition to where how did you get out of that? Like, what happened?
Well, first of all, let me just say, thanks to COVID, it was a major motivational push, because I refused to be in a shelter.
Yeah. Oh,
while all of that was going on.
Right.
It was crazy. So that was just a major push. And we really just had to build from the ground up. They did give us financial assistance. And I will say Fairfax County, if anybody is ever looking, Fairfax County is probably the best. Well, I've only been in the homeless shelter twice. One in Fredericksburg, it sucked. They didn't give us no assistance. After we moved into the house, it was just like, all right, peace. Like, every day, we didn't care. Fairfax County has offered extended services, just assistance if we need it. They bring us groceries, like sign us up on holiday help lists and everything. Like they really looked out. Fairfax County is a great county. They have great resources. So I give them 2 thumbs up. But we basically had to find our own housing. So as far as actually finding the apartment, going to talk to the landlord, explaining to him the program we're working with, and basically they paid our first month's end deposit. And we've been pretty much maintaining since then. So that's just how we transitioned. Now, you know, Taj, my older son, was with my mom at the beginning of the school year, last year. And we moved in our home in April. And we have
and it's your house. It's a single family home or townhouse?
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's an apartment.
But it's yours, just you and your boys.
Yeah, and Mitchell, my fiance.
Right. Okay. But that's awesome to go from shelter, so public housing to your own.
Right. Yeah. So we're there. No assistance. We don't get Section 8. We're not on none of that. So we've been maintaining. And like I said, our jobs have been secured, thank God, throughout this whole crisis. And the boys are doing good. Tosh is doing virtual learning. He's back with me. So it was an adjustment for him because he was with Mimi and he gets whatever he wants when he's with his Mimi. And now he's back with mom. And it's like, oh my gosh, she's hardcore. And I'm just trying to mature him. Because for me, when I was 10, and I know I'm a girl and it's different for boys, but when I was 10, I just feel like I was at a different space and I just don't want him to be that far behind. I want him to know the basic stuff. He's a boy and I know they don't like doing certain stuff, but like, I'll be seeing all these memes and I'll be like, this is really my life and y'all are making fun of it. Like, it's not funny. No. Like, they was like, you know, being a boy mom is like, Roblox, pizza, and begging them to take a shower. Like, no, seriously, that's literally my life. Like, Fortnite, Roblox, please wash yourself when you get in the shower. Don't just let the water hit you. Like, that's my life. Like, I have to live through that. So, just teaching him how to because he's about to be a teenager, you know what I'm saying? So, like, just trying to work with him on that. And Melly is just, Melly, he is so stubborn. God, why did I wait so long in between the kids? He's crazy. But no, he's about to go into kindergarten. I'm just trying to help him grow up too because Taj was like attached to me, but not like Melly attached. Melly is like, I have no privacy at all. I have no privacy. What happened? He don't like me. He don't want to come in here. Crying. But yeah, so sorry, my coworker.
You're at work on your lunch break.
Yes, I am.
That's awesome.
I am on my lunch break. It is. But so yeah, just dealing with Mello and
he's very attached.
He's just I mean, it's almost like he never left the womb. I mean, he went bathroom, shower, like I get no privacy.
Do you think that's like, because of a lot of the information going on in the airwaves? I mean, it's kind of a scary time. I don't know if it's not like they've experienced anything else, but it's there's a lot of pressure. I feel like to be young, to be a kid, like this is
to be a kid.
Yeah,
it is a different time. I was just telling Taj's teachers, like last year he knew nothing about computers, and this year y'all are teaching him how to bookmark things, and he's going to websites, and like I don't even know what y'all are doing. Like I don't even know the stuff. Like
he's like building an AI robot in your bedroom,
right? He's like, no, mom, you got to share the screen. I'm like, what is that? Like, I don't know, you know, so it's the virtual learning. I'm not a fan of it. Taj is excelling in it. He's doing a lot better in the virtual learning than he was doing in the in-classroom learning.
Wow.
Yeah, the teacher doesn't think he needs as much meds as he was taking before. So stuff for him has kind of lightened up. I don't like all the screen time because, of course, when he's done doing school, he wants to get on the game. But I only allow him to play the game on the weekends. And during the week, it's just straight schoolwork. And then, you know, of course, he can watch TV or whatever he wants to, but no game during the week. So
Gotcha.
yeah, I'm that type of mom. So, but other than that, home life is okay. Work is cool. Me and my fiance are doing a lot better. We're working on our communication. I'm learning a lot of things about myself. His mother passed away, so that was one of the hardships that we had to deal with. Yeah, and just in October too. October, and it was crazy how it happened because my best friend Tay, she was pregnant. She ended up having her baby on the same day Mitch's mother passed away.
Wow.
So it was just like, I get when they say like new life, when there's a death, new life comes, so.
Was she sick or something, or was it unexpected?
So she had I want to say melanoma cancer. That's cancer of the blood. So she had known, it doesn't even seem like it was even earlier this year that she told us that she had cancer. I want to say like summertime is when like she said something about it.
Multiple myeloma.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for correcting
No, for sure.
Yeah, so but yeah, so she had that shit. I want to say she didn't let us know until the summer. And it just seemed like everything happened so quickly.
Right.
And it was just, and I kept trying to, but I felt like she knew because every time we would get together, she would always want to take a whole bunch of pictures of everybody. She'd be like, "Mom, I want to take pictures," and she would want to go do stuff and see her family and stuff. So I felt like she knew, and
that's interesting.
It just was really hard on Mitchell because he did not. Well, him and his mom never really had a really good relationship. It was like rough. Like she would come over to the house, he would go to another room and would stay there until she leave. Yeah, and it just wasn't good. But towards once she told us she had cancer, I was like, Mitchell, you don't want anything to happen to your mother and her not knowing how you feel and why you feel like this, because he didn't have the best upbringing. It wasn't, his mom struggled a lot. She had him when she was 14, so she was still a child herself.
So she's trying to do it. Yeah, so, exactly.
Yeah, and that's what I told him. I was like, you have to, forgive your mom. She did the best. She was a child, raising a child. Like, so, she doesn't know everything about being a mom. And I said, you can't hold on to that. And I said, also, but just tell her, like, how you feel. Like, because, like, she gave him up for, she put him in foster care. Like, when he was younger, he resents her for that. Like, a lot of stuff. He had a lot of resentment and anguish in his heart, and he never told her. So his aunt called us up to the hospital. We went up there. She was at Virginia Hospital Center, the same place Cameron passed away at. It was just a completely I didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
And we went to the same unit and everything.
Jeez.
It almost looked like the same room, honestly. Honestly, it was the ICU. It almost looked like the same room. I didn't count the doors to where Cameron's room was when I was there, but it almost looked like the same room. But anyway, so we went into the room and he was still okay, but like a lot of people before we went in there, I don't know who told everybody on Facebook that his mom had passed away, but all of these people were like texting him like, "Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss." And before he even got up there to see his mom, it was just horrible. I was like, what is going on?
And she was still alive at that point?
So she was technically not. She was living off the machines, basically.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, so, but they didn't want to take her off because Mitchell hadn't been up there. He hadn't seen her. He thinking she's going into surgery and she's going to be okay. And that just was not the case.
Right.
When we walked into the room, he completely lost it. And it was a very hard moment for me because I've never seen him like that. And it was just hard. I don't ever want to go through that. And I mean, he stayed with his mom the whole time, like until they took her off the machines and everything. He wanted to stay there the whole time. I had to be there with him, but it was very hard for me because I've never seen nothing like that. I wouldn't, like, for my own mother, I know I would have not been able to sit through that. So he was very strong. I mean, he still has his days now. He's getting better, but he's turned into kind of a loner. So it's taking a little bit of toll on our relationship just because, like, I don't want to be alone in the relationship, but I understand he's mourning. So I'm trying to be still, like, understanding and supportive, but then it's like, my feelings are like, but so
Yeah.
I'm working on it, but it's okay. We're doing pretty good.
That's good.
And
That's good. He
yeah,
has you. And I mean,
yeah,
you're making the effort, and
that's
I
right.
I get it. I mean, even if it's not COVID this year, my like best friend, and like you were saying, like you feel like she knew, like my best friend and I were like talking
I
like
know.
every weekend for like hours, and like just he was just like chopping it up, and I was like, Alex, like why are you calling me? And he was like, I'll give you one guess. And I was like, you're bored? He was like, because it's you. And like would just go in and like would just like want to
Right.
figure out what's going on. And I'd be like, I've just been sleeping a lot, I don't mean to. And he's like, that's called depression. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
Right.
But
Right.
it was just like we chopped up everything, like the highs and lows of our relationship over the course of those weeks. And then I text him and I was like, yo, what's up? And he was like, oh, I just got done training. And then I didn't hear from him. And then like over the week, I was like, yo, like, what is up? Are you all right? And then I saw on Facebook, somebody was like that he had passed. And I
Oh
just
my
like,
God.
I
Lost him.
I never like I've never, I don't know. It was like a movie I didn't want to be in. Like it was like a moment
Right.
I was like, this isn't real. Like this isn't real. Like no, not him. Like my friend, like the one guy, like so it's been, but now I've gained, it's almost like I've gained another family with his family, and like his
Right.
mom like just sent me a box full of his stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, that like his sister and brother picked out what they wanted, and then she sent me like the rest. And it was weird because I was like writing, our fraternity had this service over Zoom. I was writing his little like
I was gonna say,
eulogy.
where did you know him from? You met him in college.
I met him in college. He was in my fraternity before I got back from Italy. Everybody was like, yo, you got to meet this guy, Alex Miotti. Like they called him Captain America, like just blonde, buff, white boy. And we ended up being roommates at this house in Calabasas. And I was the only one that was 21. And it was like that movie Neighbors with like Seth Rogen, where the frat house moves into the neighborhood. We were them. Like these dads would just show up at our front door, like, y'all know we have kids, right? And we're just raging partying. We like, you guys want to come in? One of them was thinking about it. He was like, Greg,
bring the kids on over.
But so I lived with him then. And I mean, even that year, he invited me to Christmas with his family, and I was going through a hard time. And I ended up, that was a Christmas I spent alone.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, are you sure? And I was like, I can't be around another family right now because that would make me sick about mine. You know what I mean? Right. But it was just like, and now that family and I are so close. Like I was just messaging his dad this morning, and they had to put down his dog. But it was crazy too.
God.
Yeah, it was crazy because I found a voicemail before Thanksgiving from him about a month before he died. And he died of a drug overdose. I'm assuming heroin, but I haven't really asked because I don't really need to know right now.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I know.
But the voicemail is just traffic. It's like cars just going by. And his apartment was right by the freeway, the 10 in downtown LA. And so... And then it's just like, it's really weird. At one point, it just maybe like a paper moved or something, but it sounds like somebody kind of whispered something. And I had the phone right up to my ear and I was like, whoa. And then I was like, wait, let me listen again. And I was still like, oh, snap. I don't know what that was, but I'm like, maybe he called me because he was reaching out for help. Maybe he kind of scared himself.
And you said it was right before Thanksgiving?
Well, I found it right before Thanksgiving, but he left it a month before he died. And I never... I've been going through it this year, like the drinking, the depression, things like that. So like when it comes to like voicemails and things that just like aren't life or death, I just push it out.
Right.
But then like once I get centered, get sober, get, my relationship right with God and myself, I start going back over those emails, going back over those voicemails. And I mean, I almost missed a voicemail. I'm about to get published. Like these publishers called me. They were like, hey, we found your book. And it was like a month later.
Which
one? Well, I'm not going to say yet. I'm not going to say yet.
Why?
I'll tell you one-on-one. I can't air it out like that.
Oh, okay, yeah. Not on here.
But yeah, so I'm going over contracts. I'm gonna have a meeting with them tomorrow. It's just
Oh
crazy because
my
it's like
God.
so many good things happening, but like the pain of like it's like I wanted him to be here for that, you know? And so I feel
Right.
you on the Cameron thing. I knew you like understood because you've had a lot of loss.
Oh my God.
So yeah. But yeah, I appreciate your take on the
Okay.
COVID, and we can definitely pick up this conversation again. I just want to get a little update before the year let out because it's been a while, but I know you're at work and you probably got to go. And I appreciate
No,
you
I
taking the
don't.
time. Whoa, it's almost, what do you,
I don't have to go. I don't have to go till 3.
well, what do you want to talk about? You told me
So
about your
we're
new
fine.
house, your boys. Where are you
I did.
going?
I
What's your
want to talk
goal?
about, well, I'm actually about to start back to school. I got to talk about my laptop situation because I'm in this program at my job. It's called VPI.
Mhm.
And basically, they give you a whole bunch of funding to teach the kids a certain curriculum. So I got a laptop and I'm about to start school hopefully in January. If not, I'm just going to start in the summer because I have to go back. I got to hurry up because I got to make it to Canada. My
Yeah.
5-year goal is to be in Canada before I'm 40. So I'm
Okay.
33.
Why
So
Canada?
5 years is 38. Hopefully I'll be done with school and I'm going to Canada.
Universal health care, better life quality.
Free weed, not free, but legal.
But legal. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
There are wolves up
And
there.
I'm sorry, what?
There's wolves and moose. They're big. You're gonna have
I
to get a gun or a
I
few.
can deal with that. I'll learn how to hunt. I'm thinking we're gonna have to go off the grid soon anyway. Like I'm trying
This
to
is
tell
true.
you, 2021 is gonna be weird. I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna define a lot, and I really think it's gonna change the course of history.
Okay, well, we need
For
to
real.
talk off the air and start developing a plan because I might have to.
We
might
gotta
have to-
go.
Yeah.
Get your guns. These are my 3 suggestions. And I'll say this on the air because everybody needs to do this.
Right.
Especially y'all black people that listen in. Y'all need to get some guns. Get your gun. Get your gun. Lots of them and lots of ammunition. That's first and foremost. Then we need to see all these black celebrities. They blow me. Buy some land for us, please.
Yeah.
Somewhere in Atlanta, y'all are good for it because you're at your mom's, right?
That's like no. I'm kind of nomadic.
Okay. Well, you're
Honestly, like it could be like this drop of a hat. Me and my dog, all my stuff in my Pathfinder. Let's go.
You have a Pathfinder now?
Yes, and it has got private tint windows, blacked out. You don't know what's going on in there. I could be in that. I'd be in that joint like Bird Box. I'd be like, boop boop.
You irritating. You are so irritating. Did you see that movie Antebellum with Janelle Monáe?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
I need you to watch that, and then we're gonna do a movie review because movies is our thing.
Oh,
So,
yes, it is. We're gonna have to watch a movie on air.
Yes, we are, and we're gonna have to review it. Whenever the next horror joint come out, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. The next new horror joint.
I really enjoyed Us. I love the.
I didn't. Oh, you mean the movie Us?
Yeah.
It was okay. I got all of the subliminals. It was cool. It was cool.
Did you check out Lovecraft Country?
Okay, so you watched that show.
Yes.
Okay, so Eric, come on, give me the what is it about? Just give me a summary because I've seen a lot of people talk about it. I've seen some things in there. It was kind of Is it when does it take place? Is it like several flashbacks? I'm confused.
Takes place early civil rights movement. I mean, they even have an opening scene where they're at Emmett Till's funeral. And people are getting sick by the smell of his decomposing body because it was a really hot day. So they go in on things like that. It's very comic book sci-fi oriented, but there's also a lot of allusions to alluding to like classic novels like Dracula and things like that. So it's very in depth, but the character is a black guy, the main character. However, he is related to a white family that is very invested in magic, and this magic plays a role in some of the civil rights issues and that backdate the civil rights movement with like massacres in Tulsa and things like that.
Right.
So it's like historical fiction. It's based on,
Okay.
yeah, but it's very fantastic. How do you say fantasize? I don't know, but I love it. I love how random
Okay.
it is. Each episode is kind of stands alone. It's very graphic. It's very violent, but it's also very poetic. Journey Smollett.
Yeah, I
I
know. I know you like her.
oh my gosh. You know, my mom was in Selma, Lord Selma. See, people don't remember that movie on Disney where she played the
Uh-uh.
little girl in Selma. That was the first Selma movie.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. When they was walking across the bridge. I
Yes.
remember that movie. I
Me and my
remember
cousin
that
were
movie.
watching that on repeat because Baby Kim is in it too.
I
They're
didn't know Kim was
extras.
in it.
Yeah, they're extras in
What?
it. We were like, hey, our family's on the Disney Channel.
Y'all irritated.
Yeah, no, I mean, despite whatever happened with Jesse, her brother, like, I don't know what happened. I don't know the facts. I don't think anybody would know
Nah,
unless
I
you were
don't know
there.
neither. And he's still, I think, at this point, trying to beat the case, or because I think that the police department pressed charges on him because
Yeah,
they
see,
did all of that
that's
work and they
the
said it
fact
was
that
false.
she's working despite all that controversy, like she's doing her
Right,
thing.
right.
Because that's a risky cast too, for them to cast
And
her.
yeah, and a lot of people watch that show.
Mhm.
A lot of people watch
But
that
I think
show.
Black people are kind of scared of it. I mean,
See, I don't know. I'm not like that. I'm all for supporting African American cast and everything like that. I like good shows though.
yeah,
Like I'm just now starting to watch repeats of The Office,
okay,
and that show was hilarious. Like,
yeah.
how did this not? I never watched. I cry every time Jim and Pam get married. Like, it's just I can't help but cry. It's just like the best show ever. But I haven't been watching any shows. I haven't ever since Game of Thrones went off.
Really? That
I've
long? Because I needed something to redeem.
hello. It was
Far
nothing else.
Fargo with Chris Rock this season was really good. I don't know if you watch Fargo on FX ever.
I don't.
Have you seen
What is
Fargo
it
the
about?
movie?
It's on Netflix. Do I need to watch it before I tune into the
No,
show?
it's on Hulu.
No, the show is on Hulu. Fargo the movie, I
Yeah,
saw it on
definitely
Netflix the
watch
other day.
classic movie. Classic movie.
Okay.
Definitely
I'm
watch
gonna
it.
watch it. I'm gonna watch it tonight.
It's really like an
I'm gonna check
inspiration
it
for
out.
my next book because it's like in the beginning of each show, the movie, they're like, the names and places have been changed for the protection of the living, but everything else has stayed exactly the same for the sake of the dead. So it's
Uh-huh.
based on true events, and it's witty. What
It's
else?
called Fargo.
Yeah, watch the movie Fargo. That's oh my gosh.
How have I not seen this?
It's not
All
really
right.
part of like Black culture. We don't talk about things like this, but it's
Black people don't talk about a lot. Black people blow me. You know,
white people.
me
No.
and my fiance have been talking about the history of us as a Black people
Mhm.
and how we came about and all of this, slavery and stuff. And I just say, I couldn't have been a slave. I couldn't. I don't know if I could have lived in those times. God probably knew that I needed to be born 80s and up because I would have died at an early age, and I would have just been like, I feel like I would have been a martyr
Mhm.
because I just don't understand slavery. I don't get how. And are we missing something? Are we not being told the truth? Are all these stories and stuff that we have been taught in school? Are we just colonized? Because I just don't understand how they could come on boats. This Africa is our homeland. We live there. We survive with wild animals. Okay? Our ancestors survived with wild. Y'all had to coincide with lions and
Yeah.
tigers and
Yeah.
elephants. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
how do you let 50 to 60 Caucasian people come over to your land and take thousands, millions of y'all family
Mhm.
and take them to a whole nother land, rape y'all women, start a whole nother race?
Mm.
We're from a whole nother race. And then I don't like how they try to perceive us as savages.
Mhm.
Like we're just a savage people, and we're just so we're and people, white women grab their purses when black people walk by. It's like, for me, white people have always been the savages. And it's in us though. It's in us now because we've integrated.
Mhm.
But I feel like Africans were just, their whole thing was based off of peace and love. They didn't have to be savage. And I just think that I just don't get it. I just get frustrated thinking about it and talking about it because it makes me angry at my ancestors. And I shouldn't be that way, but it does because it just set us back for a long time.
Mhm.
And it set us back and we're still playing catch up. And it'll never be even. In my opinion, it'll never be even. A lot of people got mad at Ice Cube because they said he sat down with Donald Trump and he read off his little plan to him. And they said that they would take some ideas from the initiative that he was trying to push and add it to Donald Trump's little $5 billion, whatever, Black Platinum plan or whatever it was or whatever. And I don't think they should have been mad at him because he reached out to both parties. But I don't see anything wrong with what he was trying to say because it is a huge difference in the wealth gap. And that's a problem. I mean, as much as people don't want to say money isn't everything, but in the world, it's power.
Right.
And we'll never be anything if we don't get that gap closed a little bit closer.
Right.
So I did agree with him, and I thought he was right, and I thought it was responsible of him to reach out to both parties. But I just think people put too much faith in celebrities and rappers and stuff like they're supposed to be the know-all be-all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's not it. You have to, one, do the research for yourself, and two, push the agenda and initiative yourself.
Right.
It takes all of the people. So,
and that's one thing I look forward to, aligning my company, Extra Resources That Help Earth, with when I narrow it down. But right now there's too many questions, and I don't think choosing red or blue that was never my MO. Politics was never my MO. Now serving humanity, that is. So with money that I get donated, I'll buy bottles of water, and any homeless people, when I see them, there's always a bottle of water in my car. There you go. Right. I might not have money for you. I don't know if you're going to buy crack, but I'll give you some water, just little things like that. Matter. And eventually it's blossoming into something else because
it is. And you don't know how that little one water bottle might help somebody.
Right. Even if they don't want it. One guy,
exactly.
Freaking, I was grabbing lunch with my aunt downtown, and I was getting pastrami sandwiches. Oh my God, from Reuben's. And I was so excited. And this homeless man said something to me, walking by me, and I know how to ignore homeless people. I ignored him. Do you know this guy hit me across my back? Punched me on my back. And
why?
Oh,
because you ignored him?
Yeah, but apparently when the cops got there, they were like, "Why did you hit him?" He was like, "'Cause he gay. And I was like, "Oh, hell no." I was like, "Take him to jail." And these people on the street, were like, hey, come on, man. You see he's messed up in the head. I said, "Did he hit you? What would you have done?" Because I'm about to dust the street with his ass.
Right.
I was so upset, man.
Because I would have crushed him. Me and him would have fought.
I did not want to be on YouTube or Reddit,
Right.
Leveling.
You have an image to protect. That's good, Eric. See?
Okay, but check this out. So I see him outside the store by my house, near us, not in downtown. And I'm like, there's that guy. And I just walked out the Dollar Tree. And Lord, forgive me, because you're not supposed to say when you do acts of service. But I did give him a 6-pack of water, I'm like, you might have traumatized me a little bit, made it a little bit harder for me to get out the door, because you tell yourself in the morning, nobody's going to just randomly attack me on the street.
Right.
I'm going to be all right. And then it happens.
Right.
You go to Potomac Mills and you get hit by a car. And you're like,
right.
Do you remember
this
that?
wasn't on the schedule today.
Do you remember that?
When who?
I got hit by a car. I don't know if we were that close yet,
But in 6th grade, I was at Potomac Mills, right by where Vans used to be, by Auntie Anne's. And
You got hit by a
yes,
car?
yes, right
What
in front of
How have I never known this?
man, and it was
What?
I flipped over the hood. There's a car illegally parked. So I looked left and I looked right, and it started to rain. So I put on this big jacket from Old Navy my mom got me, right by Old Navy. And I
Was you
blinked.
walking back to the church?
I was walking back to the mall because my mom had me go put bags in the car, and she was in
Oh,
line at
okay.
Annie's or whatever. So
Go
all
put
I
these in
know
the car. I
is
ain't getting out of line.
this bright light starts coming towards me, and everything slowed down before I even got hit. And I just feel myself roll. My head hit the windshield, and I like swiveled on it, and I land on the other side of the car like Indian style. And this big old navigator's coming toward me. So I try to like crawl out the street like Moogly. And then like this lightning bolt, it felt like just shot up my back. And I just roll over on the sidewalk. And then all these people come running over and like was crowding. And I guess I said Jesus. And some lady was like, he knows Jesus. And she like pushed through the crowd and started praying with me. And somebody ran in to the mall and was like, Eric Hunter just got hit by a car. And so my mom like left Auntie Anne's and ran out there.
She was pissed that she had to get out of line for you.
Allure was with her. No, she was in shock. She was in shock. Like I was lying on the ground. She didn't come hold my hand. She was just sipping her drink. Like I was like, can you be a mother right now? Can you come be a mama?
Oh my God.
I was in
I'm
church the next
crying.
day. Like, and I was like hobbling. I remember being in the nursery because the rocking chair was the only thing I could really sit in. And Jody came in there and she was like, dang, you got hit by a car.
I cannot believe you
I had to
got
go
hit
to
by
the
a
altar.
car.
Yeah, my mom made me go to the altar. She was
I
like,
bet you she did. Lord have mercy. That's crazy.
yeah.
That is crazy. I never knew that.
I guess we weren't that close then.
No, I came to your 6th grade graduation.
No, you came to my 8th grade graduation.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, because Aquinas went to 6. I mean 8. Yeah, sorry.
Well, I
forgot.
started at Christ Chapel, 6th grade. And then I went to Aquinas.
We
But
know Mr. Private School.
I know. You and your public school friends picking me up in Cadillacs. Oh my gosh. I was like
Oh my
out of my
God.
league.
Oh my, yeah, it was definitely a different change of pace for you.
Wasn't that
When you
Clarence?
came with us.
No, not Clarence. David that was driving when and
Yeah.
Cameron and you, that man started choking him.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
geez.
that was a lot. Yeah,
That was a
good
lot.
old Cameron. He beat him. His mom was so mad when she went to the house. She was like, "What happened to your shirt?" He had all that blood.
What?
And then she was like, "Don't you go back out there, Cameron." And he walked slam out the door. I was like, "Gotta go." And his sister is pregnant.
Oh, nice.
His sister is pregnant right now. Get this. Cameron's birthday is December 16th.
Mm-hmm.
She's having a C-section December 16th.
No.
And yeah, she is. And his middle name is Cameron. It's Josiah Cameron. I know.
Wow.
I said, just give him to me. Just give me the baby. I'll raise him. I said, and I'm never going to call him Josiah. His name will be Cameron.
His name, and we
His
will call him
birthday's
Cameron.
the same day as Cameron. How could I not call him Cameron?
That's wild.
He's going to be my favorite nephew. The Sagittarius. So,
dang. I was gonna when you brought up just like the indoctrination of Black people. I remember, hip hop music. I found an article on Mashable, but there's other science behind it about how it affects the human brain. And so, like hip hop music is that beat. Those beats they actually tap down into our stem, our core of our brain, and it's like very primal. It brings out like the beast in us. Yeah. So no wonder niggas are bouncing off the walls. Like, Robin. And the best thing I've ever heard, I think, was in a documentary in Chicago, and it made total sense. They were asking this guy, they were like, why do you rob people? And he was like, because I'm hungry. And that's it. That'll drive somebody crazy. You know what people will do if they're hungry? But
I know. Don't let me be hungry and on my period. It's a problem.
Oh my
I don't care what goes on. Who has to get it? It is what it is. I need my food. I want some pho so bad. Like that's what I'm craving because it's so cold up here.
Yeah. Y'all ain't got no good pho.
See, in my neighborhood, I live like in the Asian district of Fairfax.
Okay.
So
You better grab that sriracha.
I just need to find a good one. Because some of them aren't good. I want to find a good one. I'm gonna Grubhub it and go by the reviews. So that's what I'll do with that.
I was so about to
So
Grubhub.
did you vote? That's what I want to talk to you about.
Yes, and I definitely voted. I was actually on Fox 5 News after I walked out.
You got interviewed by Fox?
Yeah, and I told that little girl, I was like, "Do you know Courtney Bryant?" Because Courtney Bryant's the lead anchor down here at night, like Monday through Friday. And she was like, "Oh yeah, of course." And I was like, "Tell her Eric Hunter says hello." She knows me. We went to college together. I told her I was down here, but and her husband, she married my buddy's brother, and my buddy, oh man, he's a hoot. He just cracks me up, man. Like he's wild. But good for her. Yeah. But she asked like some guy like during my interview, she was like, "Did you vote Democrat?" Or some other person did. And he was like, "No." And I was like, "Oh, well, my interview's not making it."
Oh, you know that.
Like
especially not with Fox.
Yeah. But yeah, no, for sure. I gotta actually contact the voter registration office because I have 2 first names. Like that's why I go by E.R. Hunter. So I guess once again, like when I got into Pepperdine, they sent me 2 acceptance letter. They were like, "We don't know if you're Eric or Eric Robert, but whoever this is, you made it."
You're in. You're in, guy.
But
irritating. Oh, well, that's good you voted. This is the first election I did not vote since I've been able to vote, which is only 2 elections, but I did not vote this election. And
any reason why?
Oh, plenty of reasons why.
Okay. Well.
I could not choose between the candidates. I really felt either way doesn't matter. Furthermore, just a lot of stuff opened my eyes. Like in the history of presidents, it's never really been that good for Black people. Even with Obama, yes. Even with Obama, it hasn't been that good for Black people. And that's not my only concern when it comes to politics, but it's a major concern because 1, I'm a Black person, of course, and 2, I have 2 Black sons. And we all know for Black men, it's hard. It's hard. And with everything going on, like all this police brutality, everything being televised, social media, it's hard to turn your kids blind to that. So there's conversations I have to have with Taj that I hate having. It sucks as a parent that I have to have that conversation with him, but it's necessary. So none of the candidates was appealing to me. I did not go. Okay, go. I did not go for Biden getting Kamala Harris because I heard about her in Cali, and I did a little bit of research on her, and I didn't want that to be the only reason I was going to vote blue. Now, I will say I liked go to the other Black one. I will say that I liked
talking to them like
Stacey Abrams from Georgia.
Yes, yeah.
And I feel like if Biden picked her to be his running mate, he would have had my vote because I really liked her.
Very earnest.
I really liked her, and I felt like she started from the bottom and she climbed her way to the top, like
effective.
And yeah, I just really I identify with her more. I'll say that. But look at Stacey Abrams and look at Kamala Harris. It's clear to see that he was going to pick Kamala Harris. She looks better on the ticket.
Yeah.
Looks wise, Stacey Abrams.
On the screen, yeah.
She got natural hair, like she's a heavy set lady. Like she just looks intimidating, like a Medea. Like you see what I'm saying? And that's too Black. But Kamala Harris, She's barely black and she looks good. She's light skinned. She got long hair. She's hip. She listens to Tupac. So she says. And she looked better on the ticket. So I get why he picked her. But yeah, Donald Trump, I'll say this. Donald Trump, he is not the smartest, obviously. And we all know he's a racist. And yeah, I just feel like my personal opinions about him would not allow me to vote for him as a president.
Okay.
Because of that. So I knew that wasn't going to happen. And then I was leaning towards blue, but then I was like, I can't do it. I can't.
Now, do you think Donald Trump kind of was the gnat fly that like shook up the system in a type of any silver lining to him at all?
I wish that more presidents would be blunt like him.
Like that candid.
I mean,
yeah.
for the right reasons though.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? His stuff was for dumb stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like the wall. Like he was so adamant he was going to do everything. And he's passing all these executive orders. Cool, but do that for the other reasons, like other stuff. Like, I don't know, reparations for black people. That's just I'm just throwing that out there.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say that that's something he has to be adamant on, but I want a president to be on that. Or reparations, not reparations, but or not defunding. I don't think the police need to be defunded. I think the funds need to be used appropriately.
What do you think it's about the funds or just the whole dynamic, the whole
screening process? The whole screening process. First of all, if you think about the history of the police was made to police African Americans. That's what it started as. But I don't think it needs to be defunded. I think it needs to be, what is the word I'm looking for? It needs to be
probably like revamped, reorganized.
It does reorganize, please. Like, let's start from the bottom. We need to do the screening process. And I think they're going to come up with this. It needs to be probably universal database for police officers. Like, because you can get fired in one county, move to the next state, and get hired.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah. See, I don't like that. There needs to be some type of database keeping track of these people. And if you're getting fired for like misconduct or whatever, you shouldn't be able to be a policeman. Or there has to be some type of rehabilitation program. I mean, it needs to be the same thing that the felons go through. Mm-hmm. In order to get out of jail, you have to be rehabilitated. They want you to be. Or whatever. Like it needs to be something like that. It can't be just, okay, here's your pay with your leave, admin leave, or whatever they call it. And
severance. Yeah,
like a slap on the wrist. It's not like, I know mistakes happen. People kill people every day. Accidents happen. You know what I'm saying? But people without badges are still held accountable, regardless to the law that's in place.
Yeah.
Even if I'm driving my car and I accidentally hit a person and I kill them, like, yeah, it could be an accident. That's okay. We understand accidents happen. But do you think I'm going to court? Do you think they're going to get me for vehicular manslaughter?
Yeah.
Do you think I'll be charged to the full extent of the law? Yes. Mm-hmm. I would be. I don't have a badge. Now, just because I'm a teacher doesn't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, she works with kids. So what? She killed my husband. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it doesn't matter. And the same thing should go for police. Like, but even doctors, medical doctors, they have to go through things where, like, if they're operating on somebody, that's why they make you sign all those forms when we're having babies.
Right.
If the anesthesiologist pokes me in my back and I'm paralyzed, oops, my bad, but you signed this form. So no, it's over. It's over with. It's like, so I get it. But I just think they need to be held accountable. The accountability needs to be the same. If you shoot somebody and it's a wrongful death, okay, sir, we know, we understand you have a hard job. We'll definitely take that into consideration. But I'm sorry, you're going to go to court for this, and there's going to be a trial. And it's like they don't even make it to that part. Yeah, It has to start from the ground up. And also the judges, the district attorneys, all of that, everything. And I just feel like the criminal justice system needs to be gutted out and it needs to be started over. And also for Black people, y'all need to start interviewing for these jobs, these police jobs in the neighborhood, so you can police your own neighborhoods, that there will be good officers in there that will step up and say something if another officer is getting out of line or something like that. It's too many people observing for me, like, and that's another thing I don't get. Like, you see clearly the situation's getting escalated to somewhere it doesn't have to be. You'd rather just stand there and be a bystander and let things outplay instead of stepping up like, hey, cool down, man, or let me take over, or
there's you kind of tapped on a couple of psychological things that, like, I only took one psych class in college, psychology 101, so pretty standard. Like, you know, this first thing they show you, one of the first things, the Stanford prison experiment. Have you seen that or heard of it? Oh my
God,
that movie
was crazy.
But when you study it in class, they show you how just giving someone a badge and authority, saying they're an authority, it literally changes the human mind. So humans, that's why I think it is reliant on the system, because once you give somebody authority, they're going to change. I've had friends that have become police officers and they change. They become, you know, like they put me in the, you know, just out of fun, you know, they think it's funny, you know, because that's what they learn, but you can see it in their eyes, you know, but I get, you have to be tough, you know, you have to mentally be prepared to deal with whatever on the street.
Right. And like I said, it's not it's not an easy job.
And then when you have like somebody like standing back, or like a bunch of officers, that is almost like when they call it groupthink, and we do it as humans. When somebody is like this girl got murdered in New York City and the whole apartment complex heard it. Nobody did anything. She was getting beat. Nobody did anything. It happens, you know, in daily life. It's like when we see a car accident, people keep driving, and it's groupthink. So I think that is why it's dependent on who they are accountable to. And if they're only accountable to themselves, well, that's not enough.
Right.
But I don't know. I mean, I do know I haven't had encounters with the cops, but never anything like that. And unfortunately, I think it is because of the color of my skin. And like you were saying, like you could never be a slave. I don't think I would be out in the field. I think I'd be some hot white guy's concubine. So
probably you would definitely be in a. Let me just say that you would definitely be in the house. He would be in the house. He would be in the house, but technically, I would be in the house too.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's just a whole bunch of stuff. I just think, like, I'm just praying for the world. I'm trying to keep my faith strong, and I just, that's all I can do, man. The next time we talk, we're gonna have to get into religion, because I've been doing a whole bunch of talking to my brother. You know, he's a Hebrew Israelite.
Okay. We'll have to find out more about that.
But no, he's opened up my eyes to a lot of things, and a lot of things I have questioned. Because, you know, we were both brought up in the church, and all we know is God, Jesus, and the Holy Ghost. Yes. And it was beaten into us. I feel like we got branded by Harvest. And somebody said, did you see that meme? I tagged everybody at Harvest. Some people didn't like it, and I think they probably got offended. They was like, they was like, church is good and all, or they said something. They was like, the meme was like, when are we gonna address the issue? It was like, when are we gonna talk about surviving 3 church services as a child? They was like, that's the real abuse.
You're right. I did see that.
I was like, oh yeah, please. I said, because I'm a graduate of that.
I need therapy.
I went to services before the services started.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And was after the church doors locked.
Yes, it's still there in the parking lot talking about nothing. And going to churches and almost having the daggone church collapse. You remember we went to that DC church?
Oh my
And we was
God.
up, was you there with us? We was up on the
No,
balcony?
but I remember Hilton Memorial, all the churches coming together. That balcony, they need to rebuild that.
They do,
That
because
be-
that joint was moving. I was like, why are we swag surfing at the top of the joint and nobody, I was like, oh,
Hey, Kia,
I didn't like that.
I'm gonna wrap this up. I appreciate you
Yeah.
so much. I know you're getting back to work, but I can't wait to see you. I want to come up there.
Yes, when are you coming?
Who knows? Who knows? But as soon as
Bring you and your
the
Pathfinder on up
anacondas
here.
leave the Everglades in Florida and zombies start walking up here, I'll probably head up that way.
Oh, well, that's good. Yeah, come to Alexandria.
Okay.
We'll be here.
Isn't that a place on The Walking Dead anyway? They said it. They said it.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
All right.
Go ahead. Yeah,
Well,
my
I love
babies
you.
are getting
I'll
out.
talk to you later, and we'll just keep in touch. Obviously.
Yeah, and don't
on the
forget to
phone.
send me this video.
I'll send it to you.
When you're done editing.
Are you okay if I release this like today or tomorrow?
Yeah, you know I
You
don't
don't
care.
care.
I don't. You know I don't. All right, but be safe, okay?
Yeah, for sure. I will.
All right then, man.
Talk to you later.
Bye. All right.
There you have it. Kia coming through with that fire. I did not know that discussion was going to go the way it did. She really opened up my mind and my perspective on some different opinions about what's going on in the world today. So I hope you got as much out of it as I did and more. I can't wait to continue talking with her here on the show and just to chronicle her progress, because it's such an archetype American story and it deserves to be told, because many of us are struggling and we are going through and we're dealing with a lot of decisions. Regardless, talk to people, talk to your friends, get feedback, read, like Kia said. I got to thank you guys once again for joining me. If you want to support the movement, the progress, extra resources that help Earth, patreon.com/ERHunter. Once again, that's patreon.com/ERHunter. If you want something a little bit more tangible, check out my books, God Sent Dog and Chasing God Alcoholically. They're available on Amazon and Kindle. And thank you for stopping by and just vibing with us and relating. That's one thing I never thought Kia and I had much in common. And lo and behold, we became the best of friends. I'm so very, very grateful for all the close people in my life, and for those not so close, maybe like you. Tune in next time. This has been Keeping It Real on The Rhetorical Sake, episode 37. Thank you guys so much. I love you. Be safe. Ciao.